Hey, how's it going? My name's Andy. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time visiting me, hey, go take a look at everything. I do a bunch of different projects and small engines, electronics, 3D printing, stuff like that. Otherwise, let's get into today's video. All right, so we got the tractor here. I want to document this process because this might be the last time it actually runs. Once we take off that flywheel, who knows what could happen, right? Put you over here. Well, that's unfortunate. Get that choke again. Honestly, I think it's out of gas, and I looked at that gas can. So I looked at that gas can before I shut that door. It was out of gas. Oh yeah, bone dry kit. Listen to how slow this thing runs. It's quite awesome. So a little backstory with this. It's a John Deere 345. It had a Kawasaki liquid-cooled engine on it. Unfortunately, the whole thing caught on fire before I received it, and the motor was not salvageable, so I threw on this Kohler. So it doesn't have a PTO on it. So other than just the drive belt to the transaxle, that's all I got. I still have hydro up and down, and obviously the transaxle. Having this motor in here, it's a lot easier to work on. Unfortunately, something was wrong with the fuel tank that's in the back there, so I had to do a relocation kit to a smaller one. But I was able to get rid of the fuel pump. So I just have an on-off switch for when I'm not using it. And it's been working pretty good. A lot more reliable since I've done that, as you've seen with it idling. So I'm going to set up the camera and do a time lapse of me ripping this apart. Asking why that was so easy. I've been in here before, and I only put in 2 screws, and it looks like we have a little bit of a mouse issue going on. A couple of acorns, and we do have one wire that is completely chewed. I believe that's our grounding for our coil. It looks like they got our coil wire to the spark plug a little bit, so I'm just gonna wrap that with some electrical tape now before I forget later. So here's a close-up of what I was talking about. This wire here and a little bit of that. Alrighty, did a good job wrapping it up there, nice and snug. Next, we got to take off the flywheel. There we go. Alright, I was at it for a little while. I ended up putting some ATF around the shaft here, and then doing that same method a couple times. And seems to have worked. Why is it not coming off though? Do you really have to remove the coils? That's so annoying. Alright, now let's see. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh, that looks like it's not the stator, it's the magnets. Damn. Yep, no magnets. Well, that just turned into a two-parter. So I figured I might as well start off with repairing this. So I've oriented the magnets from a north-south, north-south orientation. And now I got some of this epoxy, two-part quick setting. So I'm gonna mix that up and start cinching them down. Nice, I'd say it's good to go. We'll let that dry. It says it takes 5 minutes. I'll probably bring it inside and let it sit for an hour. All right, so we had this sitting in front of the wood stove a little bit, not in direct heat, but definitely is dry now. It's been a couple hours. Let's put this back on. Make sure it spins without hitting anything. I'll go with yes it does. That's a good sign. So we'll put the coils back on, the bolt back in, and we'll fire it up. Shoot. Yeah, we'll fire it up and we'll test right here, see if we're getting AC out of the connector here. And if we are, that should be at least one problem solved. And if we need to get a new regulator, we get a new regulator. So we should get something other than 0. Hopefully it runs. Hopefully it starts. Yep. Forgot to tighten that. Yep. I think I just snapped the key off. Rip. So the best part of this mistake is I know I have these keys somewhere in this garage, but where? I don't know. I have this nice organizer, that nice organizer. They're not in there. I have all these nice little spaces. No idea. The problem is I don't put stuff, I found them. So about 3 months ago, I was trying to organize this space and I had this box and all sitting right down here. So I'm hoping one of these is the right size. Probably not. That would be my luck. All right, lucky I was able to find one, and on that test start, the magnets are still there. So we're gonna take a little bit of grease and get that to stay in there. Okay. Wipe the grease on the pants. All right. Don't forget the damn thing. All right, please fit. If I cinch it down, it should fit. And if I know it stops running, if it's not running right anymore, then it was most likely the key. Damn. You know, that could have been avoided, but unfortunately it wasn't. But we learned. Okay, flywheel is back on with the bolt this time. New key. Let's give it its first fire up. That's pretty sweet. So we can put the cowling back on. Move this. Oh, awesome. Well, that just broke. We'll have to solder that on later. But at least we're able to test it. So we're going to do a little reassembly here, a little time-lapse action. And we'll be good to go. Alright, so now I'm just setting up the voltmeter before we put the flywheel cover back on, just to make sure everything's fine and dandy. Okay, so what I just showed you there, seems like this voltage regulator isn't doing its job. So let me wire up another one real quick. Okay, so I just spent the last probably hour troubleshooting this. I don't think it was the regulator because I didn't have the ignition switch on. The motor runs with or without this switch on. And essentially this is connecting B terminal to the battery, so that makes it charge. Let's see it. So if we go, so I have the positive of the multimeter to the B terminal, and if I flick this switch on, right now we're at 0, if I flick it on, brings us right to the 12.6. So I'm gonna start it up and show you the difference here. Big relief. But that's where we are. We have a working charging system again on the John Deere. So this is going to be my most reliable machine that I have right now. I think that calls it. We got the John Deere to charge yet again. That's a big win because I'm sick of plugging this thing in every night or every time I use it, and then I forget, and then it's dead the next day. So this will keep that battery charged. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. It helps me out, helps me grow. It's awesome. And also, if you want to go check out my TikTok, I do a bunch of other small engines and diesel and stuff like that. So that will be down in the description below. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.